Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We have 400, we almost have 450 subscribers, which I think is amazing. So I want to thank all of you first of all for doing that. And you know, we're actually upgrading our equipment too. So as the donations come in, we're making the station better and better. Anyway, our first question today was from Mark, and Mark has a pair of 126s, very much like this 560 SEC here that we're doing some camshaft repairs on, and he has a little problem with his brakes, and so he's noticing that when he steps on the brake pedal at high speeds, he's getting a shudder. So the shudder that he's seeing is reminiscent of a guide rod bushing issue possibly, but he also wants to know if it's a rotor issue. So the first way that we're going to evaluate a problem like this is we're going to look for specific signs that the rotors are bad. When you pull the wheels off, you want to check for a lip on your rotors. You want to feel if the surfaces are uneven. If you have a lip and you definitely feel unevenness or striations or lumpiness in the surface of the rotors, it's probably due for them to be replaced. But if you're getting one little tap of the brake pedal and it results in shuddering and in the steering wheel, then you've got more going on. So the easiest thing to examine in this scenario would be the steering shock absorber first, and this is something that a lot of people forget about. This little steering shock absorber can lose gas pressure and cause intense vibrations in the steering wheel if it is worn out, and they have a life of about 110,000 miles or so. So it's not surprising that one of these would be bad if you have over 100,000 miles on your car or the part is over 20 years old. The guide rod bushings and their associated guide rod mounts tend to go bad at between 120 and 150,000 miles, depending on the climate you live in. And the way you can inspect them is that they have these little boots on the end. The boots are located inside the aluminum caster housing, but if the boots are broken or deteriorated or rotten, you can pretty much tell where the problem is. Replacing the brake casters or the guide rod bushings or whatever you want to call them is a pretty intense job. On the 560, it requires the removal of the front springs, but it can be a do-it-yourselfer job with a $100 tool purchase on eBay from some of the suppliers of the Mercedes 126 telescoping spring compressor. We'll get into the nuances of this job in another video, but these three items, starting with a quick inspection of the rotors, then your steering shock, then your guide rod bushings, could yield the answer to a serious braking vibration. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially you, Mark. I hope you get the problem resolved, and thank you for keeping those two gorgeous 126s in order. And in the meantime, please send us your questions, hit the like button, keep subscribing, and think about making a donation, because we want to be able to bring you more exciting live action videos where we're actually driving cars and testing them and pushing them to their limits. Thank you so much and have a great day.